Hi Grammar Buddies, Mrs. Banky here. Today we're going to review action verbs. And I say review because remember Mrs. Grodnick talked about action verbs when she talked about the parts of a sentence. An action verb is the word in the sentence that the subject does. Here we have two kinds of actions. We have visible actions and invisible actions. Visible actions are actions you can actually see the subject do. So the gladiator runs. The boy raises his hand. This girl sings. The man scratches his head. The woman cooks. Invisible actions are actions that the subject still does, but we can't see it happen. So the boy dreams. The girl thinks. The farmer loves. The girl meditates. Remember our friend the gladiator? The gladiator runs onto the battlefield. Which word is the action word? That's right, runs. That's what he's doing. The gladiator runs onto the battlefield. One thing to think about when we're thinking about action verbs is to think about, can we use a more specific word? Because action verbs can add mood or feeling or even more description to a sentence. So what else could we say about this gladiator? The gladiator charges onto the battlefield. The gladiator rages onto the battlefield. Both of those action verbs are more descriptive and have a stronger feeling. Sometimes action verbs need a little bit of help. So let's look at this sentence. The gladiator did run onto the battlefield. Our action word, or I'm going to call it our main verb, is still runs. That's what he's doing. But what word in the sentence helps the main verb by telling us the action took place in the past? That's right, did tells us that the running took place in the past, so we call it a helping verb. Did is the helping verb that helps the main verb run in this sentence. Let's look at another one. The gladiator is running onto the battlefield. What's our action verb? Our main verb, or the action of the sentence, is still running. But which word in the sentence helps running by putting it in the present? Which word tells us that the running is happening right now? That's right, our helping verb in this sentence is the word is. How about here? The gladiator will run onto the battlefield. Our action word is still run, but what word helps run by telling us the action takes place in the future? That's right, the helping verb is will. Now verbs need help in time. Sometimes helping verbs tell us the past, present, or the future, like these examples. But helping verbs also tell us something called condition. The gladiator can run onto the battlefield. Our main verb or action verb is still run. But what word helps the condition of run by telling us that the gladiator is able to run? That's right, the helping verb in this sentence is the word can. Let's look at this one. The gladiator would run onto the battlefield. The action is still run, but what word in the sentence helps run by giving it a condition? And by that I mean like an if or a but feeling. That's right, the word is would. Think about it this way. The gladiator would run onto the battlefield if he had more comfortable shoes. The word would implies a condition. And other words such as could or should are also conditional helping verbs. Sometimes action verbs can have more than one helping verb. Look at this sentence. The gladiator would have run onto the battlefield. We have both a helping verb that puts us into the past and a conditional helper. Our main verb is still run. What word tells us that this potentially happened in the past? That's right, it's have. And what's our conditional word? Just like the one on the last slide, it's would. Here's a challenge for you. Look at this sentence. The gladiator should have been running onto the battlefield. This sentence has three helpers for our main action verb running. Can you see what they are? Yep, that's right.